Oh, no, it's nothing. I was just, being extremely annoyed with these two characters who are most likely not gonna say anything about their feelings for another 8 chapters. Granted, this really isn't a romance novel, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. But it's annoying nonetheless. Guess I'm just impatient. I just like to get to the chase. Guess it'll at least make the book interesting, though. It's just so extremely obvious. But are you gonna tell me why you've been staring at me for the past 10 minutes? Yes, you have. I can read and pay attention at the same time. I can see you out of the corner of my eye. You have been. Fine, say what you want. I can tell when someone's burning a hole through the back of my head, though. Well, I guess in this case, it's the front of my head. You are facing me. Well, you're adjacent. Close enough. Like right now, I can tell that you're actively trying not to stare at me. No, it's okay. I'm just curious why you were. Not offended. See, for me, actually, I don't find staring at me to be rude. It's more so a compliment. Flattery, I guess. So why were you staring? Oh, you were staring. I'm assuming it wasn't at this most lovely book cover, which is actually some pretty good artwork, by the way, but I'm assuming that wasn't it. I figured I'd take a break from reading, because I find this far more interesting than two characters pining over each other for 8 chapters. I mean, the battles that happen are interesting, but I am far more interested in why you were staring at me. And if there's something wrong with my face, you can let me know too. Do I got a hideous pimple going on or something? Then why? I mean, your answer can even be as simple as you just like staring in my general direction. Maybe you are just so entranced by how I read a book, or maybe you just like the way my eyes moved across the pages. Any answer suitable. But the fact that you keep denying it makes me want to know the answer even more. That's what you say. Dude, come on. I mean, you know you were staring, and I know you were staring, and this really wouldn't be that big of a deal if you were just like, oh no, I was bored and so I just liked watching you read. Oh no, you can't use that answer now. Why not? Because if that was the answer, then you would have said so. It doesn't sound weird. At least I don't think so. And if that really is the answer, which I'm wondering if it is, that's a pretty high compliment. I was entertaining enough to watch while you were bored. So I guess the consensus is that you like staring at me. No, well, okay. Nothing, no. I'll just go back to reading since you like to watch me so much. Oh, come on. Of course I'm going to teach you a little bit. It's not every day I find someone staring at me. I think it's cute. I mean, to be fair, maybe we need to stare more often. Well, like, that sounds kind of weird. What I mean is we don't really pay attention much these days. We're so busy with other things that we don't just take a moment to kind of really look at someone, doing the mundane things, just seeing people as they are. Maybe I should stare at you more often. What? I think I'm making a lot of sense. Here, I'll even come read closer to you so you don't have to stare so far. No, you stay there. I don't feel you staring. You're not gonna look at me for weeks now, are you? Mm-mm. Oh, come on, I'm not teasing you that much. I mean, to be fair, if you saw me staring at you for a fairly long time and then I adamantly denied it, you'd be rather curious, wouldn't you? And I have the feeling that perhaps it wasn't because you were bored. Or maybe you were. But I don't feel like you were staring for no reason. Mm-mm. You want to know what I think? Well, even if you say no, I'll tell you anyways. I think you were staring at me for a completely different reason. And I mean, you could have been bored, but I think that's kind of irrelevant. Because I think you weren't just staring in the great beyond or in my general direction. Or maybe even because your eyes just caught me because I was turning pages. No, I think you were staring for a completely different reason. Sometimes you can feel people's intent from their stares. You see that little twinkle in their eyes, Oh, I think I'm making a lot of sense. Because I think you are staring because you like me. Oh, did I stutter? You know me, I like to get to the chase. Not really one for beating around the bush, even though I will say I have been kind of stretching this out for my own amusement. That and I just wanted to be 100% sure. And I think based on your reaction, I'm very right. But you don't need to worry. Because I won't leave you in suspense with the fact that I kind of like you staring. Which in non-vague terms, that means I kind of like you too. Yeah. I've been noticing you catch glances while I read, but today it was all the more obvious of how long you actually decided to stare. Which I found kind of cute. And then I thought, me just let you stare when I can come over here and stop your longing. You know, just kind of like the characters in my book. It is true, I was reading that chapter and it was agonizing. I mean, just say it. You know, why do you have to wait for another 8 chapters? And I did not want you to have to wait for another 8 chapters. So I thought this would be a very great opportunity. There. You have to wait 8 chapters for that. But this book is going to make me wait 8 chapters, so I better get reading. And lucky for you, this time you can stare all you want. Or I guess the book can wait till later. I guess I'll just spend my time with you.